How do you describe putting your big boy pants on in the morning? Here's a good way. Robes08 top 10 winter niche list for winter 2017. These fragrances are going to make you put your big boy pants on in the morning. Let's go. What's going on, YouTube fragrance family? Welcome to my top 10 niche winter list for 2017, 2018, because we're still in the winter here. It's February here, and while shooting this, of course, in 2018, and we're losing our winter here in Canada, which is a rare case. I'm assuming winter part 2 is coming in a few weeks, because there's no way that we're going to lose all our snow this month. But it's a good time to start off my top 10 list. So we always start with niche and then we go with designer. Like I said in the introduction, a lot of these, I'll be honest with you, a lot of these I've had in my collection for a while. There's nothing new here, but are the doozies. You're going to see the words challenging, daring being thrown around here by me. So let's start it off, and we're not going to start off lightly, and this is how the tone of this list is going to start off with. From the house of Nasomatto, the Black Juice, the Black Pearl, whatever you want to call it. This thing wasn't on last year's list, but is it so good. This is, of course, Black Afgano. If you've never heard of Nasomatto, never smelt a Nasomatto, start here. Especially if you have the same type of nose that I have. Black Afgano is honestly probably one of the tamest scents in this list. We got some big boys here. Yeah, and I said tamest. Black Afgano, yes, it has a lot of power to it, but at the same time, it's very smooth. For of course, a green, a woody scent, but simply outstanding. Truly a winner in these winter months. You don't have to put too much on either. You can wear this one inside and outside, preferably outside in the winter. It has a great warming touch to the fragrance, and worn right in these Canadian winters, this is basically your benchmark for Canadian winter fragrance. It just has that oomph that I'm looking for in these really frigid times. You know, it goes in my hometown. It can go, we go Celsius, by the way. I'm looking at -40 sometimes. So it gets cold, and this type of fragrance just, who cares how cold it is? Black Afgano will push through. At number 10. At number 9 is a returnee from last year's list. It was actually number 3 last year. Leather. You're going to see a couple leathers in here. I think there's 3, maybe 4 leather-based scents. I love leather, especially the rough and tumble kind, the smoky kind. It really, especially when you pair it with animalic notes, obviously leather oud, Cuir by Monadziorio are 2 examples of using animalic notes to really emphasize that smoky leather. And this one, by the house of Monadziorio, her best fragrance in her whole collection, and my personal opinion, by a long shot. This stuff is beautiful. This is Cuir by Monadziorio, prized juice. Again, these top 10 lists usually don't go without this, especially in the winter. At number 3 last year, slips at number 9 this year. It's always in the rotation, depending. So at number 9, this one, great leather-based fragrance, of course, with the name Cuir. It's leather with an animalic touch. It's daring, it's challenging for leather. One of the best leathers in the game. Maybe part of my perfect 10 club, so I already reviewed this. It got a perfect 10 for good reason. Highly underrated. This brand, Monadziorio, highly underrated on YouTube. This fragrance, nobody talks about it. Some fragrance reviewers dared trying this. Some of them liked it and the others whimpered away. But highly underrated scent. In my personal opinion, this thing is absolutely gorgeous. Cuir by Monadziorio at number 9. At number 8, can't do this list without an amouage fragrance. They have several. I could make a top 10 winter amouage fragrance list. And I'm not joking. This is honest-faced. But usually I got 1 or 2 or sometimes 3 or 4. Especially if this would be a top 20 list, you'd probably see 3 or 4 amouages in the list. This list, we only got 1. This one, they call it the blue bullet or whatever they call it, the big blue bottle. And this one, Oh, it's new to this list. Didn't make it last year, but it did make it in years past. And this is, of course, Interlude. Man, haven't reviewed this either. So this in Black Afghano hasn't been reviewed on my channel. But, oh, I've talked about this. It has made top 20s in the past. Interlude is one of the better, as far as my nose goes. It screams my name just because this, Memoir, Jubilation, these are the type of fragrances I'm looking for. Epic Man too, highly underrated. This is excellent, excellent stuff. Year after year, it does get some use. They do get time to shine on their own. Sometimes I go for this more than Memoir. Some years it's another thing, and then Juby just goes back to being the king of all kings. But Interlude had its time to shine this year at number 8, and beautiful juice for the winter, this stuff. Interlude, highly recommended for me at number 8. Now at number 7, let's take a look at the House of Christian Dior. Of course, their Privé high-end line. And this one, the most daring juice in the whole lineup, I think is the best. I like that Dior kind of goes a little dirty, a little skanky here, a little different. Chanel, I'm listening. Where's yours? Dior, I love how they try to break a barrier, and that's why I think Dior is better than Chanel. Chanel just stays safe. They're good, but they stay safe, and that's why their Privé line, Christian Dior, kicks Chanel's butt. That's personal opinion, but still. This one, oh, she's smoky, she's dirty, and she's skanky, and she's Leatherwood, and she's not for everybody. And as you can see from this list, very, very challenging, daring scents. Leatherwood last year made at number 4, slips to number 7. When worn well, this thing in Canadian winters is simply outstanding. Same as Cuir by Mona Diorio. Both of these bring an animalic touch with the leather. They're super well blended, complex, daring, but also so beautiful, especially in these winter months. Again, don't try these in warm weather because it's going to sour you on the fragrance. These are strictly winter fragrances. I put them away when it's warm. So Leatherwood by Dior, one if not their best, arguably their best fragrance in their lineup, and personally for me. At number 6, it is from Serge Lutens, and of course Uncle Serge. I can go a top 10 winter also with Uncle Serge. But it's just a lot of their fragrances are built for mostly fall, but also there's a lot of good ones for winter. And this one, Uncle Serge did well in the fall niche list, and also does well in this one. Only one, and oh, this one's beautiful. And this is Fumerie Turque by Serge Lutens. Again, a brand that I absolutely love. Fumerie Turque. Very nice to see another Serge doing well on my list at number 6. It wasn't in the list last year. I need to review this one too. Fumerie Turque is slowly becoming, I would say, interestingly, I would think if I had a top 5 Uncle Serge fragrances, this would creep into the top 5 now, which it didn't in past years. Small dent in the fragrance right now. I'm wearing it sparingly, but a very nice scent at number 6. Let's go top 5 dead or alive, and we're going to start with Xerjoff. Xerjoff has this line. It's called the 1717 line. Uber expensive, uber beautiful bottles. I got 2 from the brand, from that lineup, and that's, of course, Richwood. And one of them made it here. It was number 2 last year on this list, so it's one that I absolutely love, and it sneaks into the top. It keeps itself in the top 5. Oh, not as daring as these 2, but it is a leather-based fragrance. Not as daring, smoother, and that's what I like about Richwood and this one right here. This is by Xerjoff. Probably the priciest bottle, priciest juice on this mantle right now. We got a lot of money right in front of me, but this one is uber expensive. Again, price doesn't mean you're going to be number 1 every single year. It's one of the best leathers in the game. Very smooth, but yet daring and smoky, and absolutely beautiful Xerjoff-like juice. They do a lot of citruses well. They do a lot of spring-type fragrances very well. Their florals are good, and their citruses, that's what they're known for, citruses and florals. They're really good, like most of their brand, really good for that. But this is more on the other side of Xerjoff that you can find out, especially with their oud line. This is good stuff. At number 5, let's take a look at number 4. This is more of an indie house than niche. They're obviously getting well known now, being supplied by Lucky Scent and bigger brands and stuff like that. But this is a house that I absolutely love, the House of Slumber House. Usually one of their darker scents usually makes my list. And as you can see here, I don't know if you guys could see my strip here. We got some staining here. Yes, this juice is dark and it's, oh, and she's bold and challenging. This is Norn. Again, I got the old school bottles way before, you know, Norn Slumber House got really popular. Norn here. Fir, incense, dark, bold, challenging, smoky. Picture the darkest green that you can imagine, but not black. That's the color of this stuff. Norn is simply outstanding, and it's exactly what I look for a winter fragrance. At number 4 now. At number 3, top 3. Ooh, where are we going with top 3? This was number 6 last year. Moves up a little bit. It is from the house of Histoire de Parfum. Great brand. This is, in my personal opinion, again, my opinion, the best release from Histoire de Parfum, and it's smooth. This is absolutely gorgeous, and this is Abram. And you guys know, ever since I bought this from New York, I did my little trip in New York. When was that? 2011, I think. Whew, it's been a while. I bought these two in New York. What a great haul from New York. And Abram, this is my first bottle. I bought Ambre 114 after that. I need to get more HDP fragrances. I still want petroleum from them. Highly recommended from me. If you already own this and you want another one, petroleum. And Ambre 114 too. An amber-based scent. This one, amber-based, of course, one, if not the best amber-based scent of all time. Yeah, I said it. Complex, animalic, the fullest and the best amber in the game, arguably. Beautiful blend in this one. The complexity is beautiful. HDP did their thing here with Abram. At number 3, at number 2, Robes08. Robes08 still kind of quietly still getting hype with the releases. It's kind of quieted down. A few years ago, Robes08, everybody was on there. I only bought 2 way back when. One of them, of course, here. It was on my last year's list. Last year's list was a top 20, so it was number 14 last year. She's nice. It's a nice one. This one, maybe another tame one here for this list, and this is Amber Oud. I love this juice. This was, I think, my second purchase from Robes08, but one of my favorites, of course. It's more about the jammy rose in this one. It utilizes a lot of the jammy rose from Healy's Agar Wood. Great rose, these two. But the jammy rose in here, the oud's very good. The amber's really solid too. Again, anything at Robes08, really, it's all about your personal taste, but you'll find one that is gonna fit your taste, and this is one of them for me. A really nice juice at number 2. Now, number 1, we have a new number 1. This is new to the list. It didn't make the list last year. And that's what happens when you have a collection like this, is especially with top 10 lists, you're going to have familiar faces and some are going to come in and out of list, and that's what happens in this one. I've taken a huge liking to it. I've been really delving into Manceras and Montals. These are the 2 brands that I've been really lacking the past few years. Montals I have a lot. There's back there, I got like a dozen of them. That's not that much, but it's a lot. And this is from the house of Montal. I don't think, maybe Black Oud made number 1 back when I first started in 2010, maybe. But usually I don't own any Manceras, so I don't. So this is a Montal-based Montal fragrance. One of their challenging ones, one of their daring ones. Not everybody's gonna like this. I do. And this is, of course, Oud Cuir d'Arabie. And not everybody's taste, but she's good. And well deserving. I think mostly it's because I'm delving more into Montal fragrances. I just bought Honey Oud, which is good stuff. But I think this is maybe the most challenging Montal that I own or that I've smelt. Maybe. I absolutely loved it. I loved it from first sniff. That and Oud Leather, both of course use leather, but this one very, very, very unique, well constructed. So this just goes with the, I guess this winter list is a lot about leather, because leather, leather, or more leather. These are, of course, primary notes in these fragrances. So animalic ones, we got some smoky ones, and we got some real challenging, daring stuff right here. But I love leather-based fragrances, as you can tell. Huge fan. And really great scents right here. My top 10, some of my favorites, especially for this winter. I absolutely loved wearing these. So Montal, congratulations. I don't know if it was your first time in my top 10, but well deserving. Montal is a great brand, and I can't wait to delve more into this brand, but could that be well deserving. So thank you for watching my top 10 winter list for 2017-18. Yes, I got my designer list coming up real soon. I'm working on it, building it right now, and I know spring is right around the corner. So yeah, that list is coming up. I just wanted to catch up on my top 10 list for seasonal, and I have almost completed that. So I'm very happy to send these out to you. You've been getting a lot of top 10s from me, and that's what I want to do, is catch up. So thank you for watching, especially to my my subscribers that do watch these videos. I know that they're out of season, some of them. I truly appreciate you guys commenting below and letting me know that you appreciate my work. Really, this stuff does take some time to compile, and I don't want to miss a seasonal based list for you guys. So thank you for watching, and have a good one. Bleh.